Hello, my name is Jiso and I'm reading Shōbōgenzō. And we're on chapter 22, Bussho, which is, well, I'm finding it hard going, if I'm honest. But we're on paragraph 52. We certainly won't get to the end today. The Venerable Karnadeva, the story goes, indicating the Venerable Nagarjuna's body manifesting itself, tells the assembly, here the Venerable One is manifesting the form of the Buddha nature to show it to us. How do we know this? It may be presumed that the formless state of samadhi in shape resembles the full moon. The meaning of the Buddha nature is evident and it is transparently clear. Among the skin bags of the past and present who have seen and heard the Buddha Dharma that has now spread through the heavens above, through the human world and through the great 1,000 Dharma worlds, who has said that a body manifesting its form is the Buddha nature? Through the great 1,000 Dharma worlds, only the Venerable Karnadeva has said so. The others only say that the Buddha nature is not seen by the eyes, not heard by the ears, not known by the mind, and so on. They do not know that the body manifesting itself is the Buddha nature, therefore they do not say so. The ancestral master does not begrudge them the teaching, but their eyes and ears are shut, and so they cannot see or hear it. Never having established body knowing, they cannot make out the teaching. As they watch from afar the formless state of samadhi whose shape resembles the full moon, and as they do prostrations to it, it is something their eyes have never seen before. The meaning of the Buddha nature is evident and it is transparently clear. So the state in which the body manifesting itself preaches the Buddha nature is transparently clear and it is evident. And the state in which the preaching of the Buddha nature is a body manifesting itself is demonstration by concrete means of the physique of the Buddhas. Where could there be one Buddha or two Buddhas who fail to realize as the Buddha physique this demonstration by concrete means? The Buddha physique is a body manifesting itself. The Buddha nature exists as a body manifesting itself. Even the thinking of a Buddha or the thinking of a patriarch, which expresses and understands the Buddha nature as the four elements and the five aggregates, is also moments of a body manifesting itself. Master Nagarjuna has spoken of the physique of the Buddhas. The world of aggregation is a state like this, and all virtues are this virtue. The Buddha virtue is to master this state of a body manifesting itself and to bag it conclusively. The going and coming of all the countless and boundless virtues are individual moments of this body manifesting itself. But since the time of Nagarjuna and Karnadeva, master and disciple, the many people who have done Buddhist practice through all directions of the three countries in former ages and in later ages have never said anything to equal Nagarjuna and Karnadeva. How many sutra teachers, commentary teachers and the like have blundered past the truth of the Buddhist patriarchs? Since long ago, in the great kingdom of Sung, whenever people have tried to depict this story, it has been impossible for them to depict it with body, to depict it with mind, to depict it in space, or to depict it on a wall. Vainly painting it with brushes, they have drawn above the Dharma seat a circle like a round mirror, and have seen this as the present body of Nagarjuna manifesting the roundness of the moon. While the frosts and flowers of several hundred years have appeared and fallen, their pictures have been trying to form splinters of metal in people's eyes, but no one has called them mistaken. It's pitiful. Myriad matters have been bungled like this. If anyone understands that the body manifesting the roundness of the moon is a circle, that is a genuine case of a painted rice cake. If we made fun of such a person, we might die of laughter. It is regrettable that among lay people and monks throughout the great kingdom of Sung, not even one has heard and understood the words of Nagarjuna or penetrated and realized the words of Karnadeva. How much less could they be directly familiar with the state of the body manifesting itself? They are blind to the round moon, and they have lacked the state of the full moon. This is due to negligence in emulating the ancients and deficiency in venerating the ancients. Past Buddhas and recent Buddhas must just experience the real state of the body manifesting itself and never savor a pictured rice cake. Remember, in the depiction of the image of the body manifesting the roundness of the moon, there must be the body manifesting its form upon the Dharma seat. Depiction of raising of the eyebrows and winking of an eye should be straight and direct. The skin, flesh, bones, and marrow, which are the right Dharma eye treasury, must inevitably be sitting in the mountain still state. The face breaking into a smile should be conveyed because it makes Buddhas and makes patriarchs. If these pictures are different from the form of the moon, then they lack the shape of reality. They do not preach Dharma. They are without sounds and sights, and they have no real function. Real function is capitalized. If we seek the state of a body manifesting itself, we should picture the roundness of the moon. And when we picture the roundness of the moon, we should indeed picture the roundness of the moon, because a body manifesting itself is the roundness of the moon. When we picture the roundness of the moon, we should picture the form of a full moon, and we should manifest the form of the full moon. Do not depict the form of the full moon. Do not picture the physique of the Buddhas. Do not physically realize demonstration by concrete means, and do not picture the preaching of Dharma. They vainly pictured... I'm going to read that sentence again. I got that wrong, didn't I? However, there's lots of lines which are very similar. However, people do not depict a body manifesting itself. Do not depict the round moon. Do not depict the form of the full moon. Do not picture the physique of the Buddhas. Do not physically realize demonstration by concrete means, and do not picture the preaching of Dharma. They vainly picture a painted rice cake. What function does such a picture have? Putting on the eyes at once and looking at it, who could directly arrive at the present and be satisfied and without hunger? The moon is a round shape, and round is the state of the body manifesting itself. In learning roundness, do not learn it as the roundness of a coin, and do not liken it to the roundness of a rice cake. The body manifesting itself is the roundness of the moon, and the shape of reality is the full moon's shape. We should study a coin and a rice cake as round. What an amazing paragraph. Travelling as a cloud, in my former days, I went to the great kingdom of Sung. It is around the autumn of the 16th year of Keijo when I arrive at Korizen Temple on Aiku Ozan Mountain. On the wall of the West Corridor, I see paintings of the transformed figures of the 33 patriarchs of India and China. At this time, I had no clear view about them. Later, during the summer retreat in the first year of Hogyo, I go there again, and while walking down the corridor with guest supervisor Jokai from West Shoku, I ask the guest supervisor, just what kind of transformation is this? The guest supervisor says, it is Nagarjuna's body manifesting the form of the round moon. In saying this, he has no nostrils in his complexion and no words in his voice. I say, "This really seems to be a picture of a rice cake." At this, the guest supervisor laughs loudly, but there is no sword in his laughter to break the painted cake. Thereafter, the guest supervisor and I discussed the picture several times while visiting the Sarira Hall and the 6 beautiful places in the temple, but he is not even capable of doubt. Most other monks who happen to comment on it almost completely miss the point. I say I shall try to ask the abbot. At the time, the abbot is Master Daiko. The guest supervisor says, "He has no nostrils. He will not be able to answer. How could he know?" So I refrain from asking the veteran Ko. Although Brother K speaks like this, he too is unable to understand. Other skinbags who hear our talk also have nothing to say. Former and recent heads of the dining table are too perplexed to see the picture, and they do not correct it. They probably could not even paint it themselves. The Dharma in general cannot be depicted. If we are going to depict it, we should depict it directly. Yet no one has ever painted the roundness of the moon as a body manifesting itself. In sum, because people do not wake up from views and opinions that the Buddha nature is related with the thinking, sensing, mindfulness and realization described now, they seem, in regard to the words having the Buddha nature and in regard to the words being without the Buddha nature, to have lost the boundary of clear understanding. Few even learn that they should speak the words. Remember, the state of neglect comes from their having stopped making effort. Among heads of the table in many districts, there are some who die without once in their life voicing the expression of the truth, the Buddha nature. Some say that those who listen to teachings discuss the Buddha nature, but patched robed monks who practice Zen should not speak of it. People like this are really animals. Who are the band of demons that seeks to infiltrate and defile the truth of our Buddha Tathagata? Is there any such thing as listening to teachings? In the Buddha's truth. Sorry, that was one sentence. Is there any such thing as listening to teachings in the Buddha's truth? Is there any such thing as practicing Zen in the Buddha's truth? Remember that in the Buddha's truth, there has never been any such thing as listening to teachings or practicing Zen. That was 2 paragraphs. Thank you for listening.